Hey, what's up guys? Joe here. I make tech videos on YouTube, and today's problem is product of array except self on Leetcode. Alright guys, so here we go. Given an array nums of n integers where n is greater than 1, return an array output such that the output of at I is equal to the product of all elements of nums except for nums at I. So we can see here that in the output array, for this spot, so index equal to 0, we're giving the product of 2 times 3 times 4, and we're excluding the 0th index of the input array. Then same thing here for 12, we're taking 1 times 3 times 4 and excluding 2 because we're at the first spot index in the array. And then for index equal to 2, we're taking 1 times 2 times 4, getting 8. And then for 6, we take 1 times 2 times 3, and then we exclude 4, we get 6. So we can see here, just from going through that example, that at any spot here in the answer, let's just take 3 for example, we're just taking whatever the product is from the left, and then whatever the product is from the right, and just multiplying them together to get the answer at that index. So here would be 1 times 2. If we know that the left side product of 3 of this spot at 3 or at 2 is 2, and we know the right side product is 4, then we just take 2 times 4, which is 8, and that'll give us 8 here. So essentially our answer is going to be like this, where we just take the right side and the left side and we multiply them together. And so that's the formula we'll be following. And then to get these left side and right sides, we'll just be calculating the product up until this index I, but not including I. So if we can see an example here, we will calculate our left side array, which will calculate all the products coming from the left. So here we'll have, for the first spot, it'll start with 1. And for the next spot, we'll say that take left at I minus 1, which is 1 here, and then nums at I minus 1, which is 1 here, and that'll be 1. And then we just follow that through for the whole array. So 2 times 1, 2, then 3 times 2, 6. And this will be our left side array. And just as we said, we're just calculating the products as we go on, starting from the left side, but not including our index I. And we do the same exact thing for the right side. So for the right side, here we'll be starting from the end here on the right side, and this will be starting with 1 because there's nothing to the right to calculate here, and that's also why we started here with 1, because there's nothing to the left to calculate. And so we take 4 times 1, which is 4. Then we're at this spot and we say 3 times 4, which is 12. And then now we're here at this spot and we say 2 times 12, which is 24. And we can actually figure out the formulas for this so that we can implement these. And this will be left at I is going to be equal to left at I minus 1 times nums at I minus 1. And then similarly, we'll have our right side, which will be right here. And we'll be adding the 1 from the right side. And we'll essentially follow these out. So let's get to coding. And by the way, both of these, so doing this strategy in this solution will be O of n time and space. So nums is equal to null, or nums.length is equal to 0. So if nums is null or the length is 0, we'll just return nums. Then we'll get n. And then we'll go ahead and get our left array, which will have a size of n. And then we'll have our our answer array and our right array also. So answer and our right side array. And here we want to go ahead and calculate the right side. So we'll start, I here, I is less than n, I plus plus, and we'll start one ahead here. And we'll say that the left at 0, and we're calculating the left, not the right, is going to start at 0. And just like how we did here, we're taking this here. So we're taking left at I, and then left at I minus 1 times the nums at I minus 1. And we're safeguarding here against out of bounds errors by just starting ahead a little bit and setting the left, or the nums, the left at 0 equal to 1. And then similarly, we'll do the other side, so n minus 1. Start that off at 1. Here we'll be starting at n minus 1, and actually n minus 2, because we're also safeguarding against this spot here. And we'll be saying, as long as it's greater than or equal to 0, minus minus. And we are just going to be using the same formula here. So right is going to right at 1 is, or right at I is equal to right at I plus 1 times nums at I plus 1. And then lastly, we just go ahead and populate our answers array. And answers at I, just like how we have here, is going to be whatever is at the left and the right. Take those two and just find the product. And then we just return answer. So yeah, here it is, and should be accepted. And yeah, so that's it, guys. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know if you want more stuff like this.